in review. Do Michelle in review. Do Michelle in review. Do Michelle in review. Ooh, Michelle in review. Ooh. All right, that's. I promised I was only going to do it once, but then we fucked up the recording and I had to do it again. Welcome to another episode of We Watch Shudder. What was all that jibber jabber about? Well, my name's Michelle. Oh, no, it's not. My name's JD. And who's here with me? Holy
It's
shit.
JD. Hey, everybody.
This is what happens when we have to take two an episode. Even if we only made it like 30 seconds in and we had to take two, well, here we are.
It's so... now that you've transformed into me, how much anxiety do you have? What does it feel like? Is it like compounded more than you're used to? Is it a different type of anxiety?
I'm not going to lie. I'm frankly looking forward to switching back to being myself.
Yeah, your body is full of a lot of existential dread, where I usually don't fear death. I'm suddenly paranoid about all the ways I could possibly die.
Does it feel like you're going to vomit both from physical and mental torture at all times?
Yeah, there is definitely in the back of what's going on now. I definitely feel that's becoming a core. Okay, so that explains what that feeling is. I'm not used to that. I couldn't describe it. There's also just like a lot of heartburn.
You're not wrong. So anyway, who's here with me?
Okay, for real, it's Michelle. That
It's
one's actually
Michelle,
me.
guys.
And who's here with me?
It's JD. Yeah,
it's JD.
It's me.
Freaky Friday.
If this is your first time tuning into We Watch Shudder, well, surprise, yeah, it goes like this sometimes. We hit the therapy portion
Sometimes
before
worse.
we even finished introductions. Holy shit. That might be a new record for us here. If it is your first time checking out the show, thanks. This one is a little bit different than our normal episodes. This is Michelle in Review. Today, what we do once a month, we celebrate the absolutely insane, voracious content consumption monster that is my my co-host Michelle. She takes in an insane amount of shit, and basically it just gives us an opportunity to talk about a lot of the other stuff we saw throughout the month that we didn't talk about on the regular episodes. It's always a lot of fun, or at least I think it is. You probably... well, maybe. Well, there's only one way to find out. Keep listening. Michelle,
We'll
you
all
should
find
probably
out
say something
together.
so I can put the brakes on whatever I'm doing right now.
Sure, I'm the one with the list that includes bullet points, so I have the structure. We're going to start off with the numbers. Is that okay with you, JD?
Absolutely, Michelle.
Okay, perfect. And before we do the numbers, I do need to say that when I went to the kitchen to get my water refill, I was like, I'm feeling a little bit peckish. I'm going to grab a little snack, and did not process that I grabbed the crunchiest, loudest snack in the form of celery with peanut butter. So now I'm just looking at my snack that I will not touch for at least an hour. So unless you have a lot of stuff to talk about, and then I will go on mute and just have a little snack over here.
I got a couple of things that might give you some moments.
Oh, thank God, because it's some delicious thirst-quenching celery, and then I went, this is possibly the worst food I could have grabbed before we started recording. Okay.
Look, I'm not going to argue with thirst quenching because I understand how much of celery is just water, but delicious? Really?
I really like celery. Yeah.
Okay. I mean,
especially with peanut butter, a little bit of peanut butter, like the two mixing together. Oh, one of my favorite snacks.
So do you like celery or do you just like peanut butter?
I like both. I'll eat celery without the peanut butter. The peanut butter just enhances it.
All right,
it's like, would you have pizza that's just cheese, or would you have pizza with toppings? Exactly.
I would have either.
That's celery. Like it makes it better with the toppings.
I take issue with that metaphor, Michelle. I feel like the metaphor is, would you, I mean, obviously you would eat pizza with sauce and toppings. Even if it was just, here's the thing, if you had to choose between, like, a pizza with just sauce on it, like a pizza crust with some pizza sauce and nothing else, or just a plain pizza crust, which one are you taking every single time?
Oh, so if I had to choose between pizza or breadsticks?
Look, can we talk about movies?
I would love to. Okay, so here's the numbers.
I dug my own grave on that one.
You did. A delicious bread grave.
What's that
okay.
like to die deliciously? I'm working on it.
Yes.
Have you seen me
Yes, I
lately?
I would love to die deliciously. Okay, so the numbers. If it's your first time tuning in, hello, you picked a weird one. What I try to do each month is that I try to watch or consume at least 60 pieces of media. That includes one movie counts for 1 point, one miniseries or season of a TV show counts for 1 point, and one book counts for 1 point. And then I put them in my little spreadsheet, and I have a little pivot table, and it tells me how many points I have at the end of the month. And I am gamifying my leisure time. Is anyone surprised? Probably not. Probably not at all. So the numbers, my goal each month is 60. I want to consume at least 60 things. And that's because each month I look at my list of things that are coming up for the upcoming month. And there's always like 100 things. So the list just keeps growing. And if I stick with 60, then I can at least keep on top of it. I have anxiety. JD, did you need something? You were giving me a thumbs up and I didn't know if that meant you had.
Oh, I'm sorry. What I was trying to indicate
okay.
is that, yes, I did have something to say, but just
Oh.
I was trying to not interrupt. I just wanted you to let you know that at some point, ultimately what I wanted to do is just take the opportunity I always take to reiterate to people in case they weren't paying close enough attention. If she watches an entire say there's a show that has hour-long episodes and it does a 10-episode season, so that's 10 hours worth of a show. That's one thing for her. I've been trying since we started doing this to get her to at least count each individual episode or do the real sensible thing, which is count everything and look, yes, I understand, Michelle. One time you did actually just record the total time and I didn't even notice you had done it. I was in a stressful time in my life. My mom died. Anyway, drink. No, I just want people to understand that these numbers are even a little distorted because she doesn't give herself enough credit in her accounting system.
It's also made even worse because if I'm watching a TV show, I can't count it until I'm done with that season. So the
Right.
Pit, I'm caught up on the Pit. I think it's 7 or 8 1-hour episodes is what I've seen so far. The finale doesn't happen until April 16th. None of that is on the spreadsheet. And then April 16th, 1 point for watching 3 months worth of a TV show.
Yeah.
I also watched Markiplier play the entirety of Resident Evil Requiem, which I think was 13 1-hour videos, but none of that counts because it's on YouTube. YouTube does not count. So these are the rules I live my life by.
So I always like to make sure if this is anybody's first time that they understand that you don't even give yourself enough credit. Because even then, I think most of the time people hear the numbers and be like, you are a crazy person. But anyway, now that I got that out of the way, hit them with the numbers, Michelle.
Okay, numbers. Wait, I think I said the numbers, and then we talked about it, because my total was 65.
Oh,
did I
did
not
you?
say this?
I don't think you
I don't
did.
remember. Oh, okay. I mean, I might have, I might not have. It doesn't matter. Could we go back and check? We could. We're not going to. So my total numbers, 65, which includes 43 movies, 15 miniseries or TV shows, and 7 books. I do feel like I might have said that already, but I'm also the one with the short-term memory disorder, so who knows? Who knows?
And I'm also the one with the short-term memory affecting medication, so... medication.
Yeah, medication.
Anyway.
The things that we talk about are going to be spoiler free / spoiler light. If I talk about something, it's usually because I want other people to go check it out. So I don't want to just be like, wow, that's the craziest twist at the end. Yes, JD?
Can you quickly, maybe just before we move on, give first-time listeners a quick evaluation of how you feel about those numbers overall with the way you typically consumed? Is 65 a good month?
65 is satisfactory, but I'm disappointed.
That's what. What's your record, Michelle?
It was Spooktober. It was 130 something.
100, and that's counting series as one
Yeah.
thing. There's no telling how many episodes.
Yeah. I mean,
Insanity.
I technically could go look at the spreadsheet and count it up.
Please don't.
I could figure it out.
Please
but
don't.
this Spooktober, I'm really hoping to beat those numbers. It depends on how much time I spend fundraising for rescue dogs, because that also happens in October. And trying to find time to watch 4 movies a day while also helping homeless dogs not be homeless anymore is a very difficult task.
I don't have a
believe I did the
homeless
1 year.
dog, but he's about to be if he doesn't stop emotionally abusing me.
Oh, he's so cute though, Riley.
Like,
I have
it's-
a Pudge in my room right now. Pudge is my
it-
cat.
I'm not sure if I've mentioned it before, but it's literally at the point where I do a lot of work from home stuff, and like I have to leave and go to the library or go to a coffee shop or something, because if I'm here, he just every half hour or every so often he just comes up to me and stomps his feet and looks at me with his fucking eyes, and it's just like, dude, you can.
Oh
I
man,
am-
you're loved too much. Wow.
Yes, I am. No, it's not that. I am way too easily emotionally manipulated to, and like I flip out about the dog the way I do about people. I feel like he's deliberately being an asshole to me, and that's clearly not the case. He's just, but anyway, it's I
We're
have
back to the therapy portion. How does that make you feel?
Yeah, well, let's talk about movies, Michelle. We got the numbers
Okay.
out of the way. These are the segments, guys. What are the order today, Michelle? Obviously, we're going to start with the after times, yeah?
Yes. So, well, first off, we start with a reminder of movies from last month's upcoming release episode, because now I have started a checkbox list of all movies that I have talked about in Michelle in the News that I was excited about for the upcoming month, and I am trying to make sure that every movie that I said I was excited about, I get to see. So we'll get through that. And then we have horror in the after times, aka new horror, aka post-COVID horror. What's post-COVID? I don't know. I changed my mind based on how many things I saw in each category. Somewhere between 2019 and 2021 is the cutoff. So if it's 2025, that's horror in the after times. And then we have horror in the before times, older horror, aka pre-COVID. Then we have non-horror and literature, which is a very silly category, because it's very irregular that I am reading a hardcover nonfiction tome to learn about the history of agriculture or something. There's a lot of omnibus comic books in there, and chapter books that I can never admit to anybody that I read, because it's one of those dirty, dirty woman novels. So there's a lot of those in there. It's just it's stuff that I read. As long as it's lengthy enough that I can justify putting it on the list. Like reading a kid's book, I wish I would get my numbers way up there. I would have 70 books read in a day. But no, I can't do that. I have to have my integrity somewhere. Where is it? Who knows? And then the thing that I decided we were going to do a couple months ago when we did a Drunk Michelle in review is we're going to end on a positive note. So think of your positive thing, JD. It's going to be hard.
Fine.
Okay. So, reminder of movies from last month's upcoming releases episode. Basically, everything on my list since January has become available as video on demand. So, I plan on watching all of these in April. Night Patrol comes to Shudder on April 17th. That's that Justin Long cop movie. So, we will be doing a We Watch Shudder episode about that. And then all the other things on the list: Send Help, Whistle, Good Luck, Have Fun, Don't Die, Psycho Killer, This Is Not a Test, A Useful Ghost, which is that haunted vacuum cleaner movie that just sounds great. And then we've got Ready or Not 2, Here I Come, which is still in theaters, but I need to rewatch the first one, so that's why that delay is happening. Ernie and Emma, the new Bruce Campbell comedic movie, not available video on demand yet. And then the 3 that I got to cross off the list were Redux, The Bride, and Undertone, which we can talk about in Horror in the Aftertimes once we get to that section. Cool.
Those are movies that you still haven't seen that you want to see. Did I understand that correctly?
Yes, it's because I'm obligated to see these movies. Because I said I was excited about them, I brought them up on the episode. So now, since January, there are 9 things that I am obligated to see.
Obligated by whom, Michelle?
By myself, because my word contains magical properties where if I break my word, it no longer works for magic. It's a whole mentality thing. If I speak something into existence, then it has to become true.
Is this one of those tulpas?
Tulpa's a completely different thing,
Okay.
because that has multiple people. How are you so smart and so dumb about tulpas? Come on.
Well, I mean, you know what?
You're smart about real things.
Yeah, I'm not worried about being an expert on sparkling bullshit.
That's fair. I love being an expert on sparkling bullshit. It's one of the things I'm really good at. I did look it up after our conversation about it in the last 2 episodes now, because I had to make sure, like, I am talking about tulpas, right? And it's a Tibetan mysticism thing, which is very fascinating. Look at how cultured I am.
To be fair, it's now the 3rd episode in a row that we've recorded, but they won't hear one of them until October.
Okay, then the next episode we record,
Flashback.
I will make sure to mention tulpas so that they can experience what it's like to hear 3 times in a row.
It's gonna join the drinking game again.
Oh man, it's just a fun word, tulpas. In case you're not aware out there, listener, a tulpa.
Just Google it. Let's talk about movies. TULPA.
Very quick.
What have
it's
I
a thing
done?
that if you speak it into existence and enough people believe in it, it becomes real. Like Sasquatch. Sasquatch, not real to begin with, but now possibly real if enough people believe in him. I don't know. It's a really cool thing. Anyway, so Horror in the Aftertimes. Do I actually believe in it? Probably not. Is it really fun to drive JD crazy? Absolutely. So Horror in the Aftertimes, new horror, aka post-COVID horror. First of all on the list, I rewatched Smile 2. This was my favorite movie of 2024. Drove JD nuts that I put it above The Substance, because how dare I put a sequel above The Substance. But this movie is the perfect horror film. At least as far as my tastes are concerned, this is the epitome of everything that I want in a horror movie. It's off-putting. It's very strange. It's just these things are smiling at you and now they're dangerous. I can't even put into words how much I love this movie, but I rewatched it. It was real good. I'm really excited for Smile 3, but the guy who made Smile 1 and 2, it sounds like he's not going to be as involved in Smile 3, like maybe not directing, writing, maybe neither. And we'll see. We'll see how that goes. But Smile 2 is the perfect horror movie.
I don't remember how long ago it was, or even why, but I did at one point watch Smile 2. I think what happened is I decided I wanted to go back and watch them one right after the other immediately so I could follow the connections between the two. And here's what I'll say, having seen it the second time. I think I was somewhat aggressive about my not enjoying it the first time. On the second watch, here are my biggest problems. And of course you know the first one, which is it's way too fucking long. The movie is like 2 hours long or something. It's so goddamn long.
I could use more.
But also, I will say this. The biggest thing about it to me is, with the exception of that wild fucking dance sequence,
which we can't get into because it's a spoiler.
Right,
but
that's all I was going to say. That wild
sequence.
fucking dance sequence. With the exception of that, that movie for me, just the opening scene of that movie, where it connects the first movie to this story, is so fucking good that... Then again, this was on the second viewing. I thought that first sequence was so fucking good that, again, until we got to that dance sequence, it just... it felt like it peaked so quickly. It was just trying to live up to that for the rest of the movie.
That's fair.
I also feel like in retrospect, my overall attitude towards the what happens at the end, and without trying to say too much, I feel like there's another movie I saw recently at around that same time that had a similar ending, at least in very basic concept, that I thought did that ending so much better. And I think you probably know what movie I'm talking about, but I just don't want to say.
I think I know, but I also think you're wrong. We'll have to get into it not recording. Because I think you've told me this before and that I very wholeheartedly disagreed with.
Yeah, probably. Yeah. But no, I didn't. I feel like my dislike of it, my lack of enjoyment of it, is still not a movie that I really probably will now ever see again, but I was less down on it the second time, I think.
Your hatred of movies does seem to compound based on how much I enjoy them.
That's not true at all.
What was the movie that you messaged me and you're like, that movie was garbage, I bet you'll love it? Oh, that was Begonia. Where like, this is the kind of trash you're into. Before I'd even seen it, and then I went, yeah, I did like it. I didn't hate it.
My point, Michelle, is I don't dislike movies just because you like them.
No, but if you dislike them, you're like, yes, now I can really lean into it. She's gonna be so mad that I hate Smile 2.
I don't hate movies. Well, I won't say that. There are a very small collection of movies that I fucking hate. But
Hubie Halloween.
Michelle, did I tell you I got into a weird rabbit hole a while back, and I saw, sorry to derail things completely here, but I saw a brief behind the scenes thing from a Lucifer Valentine film production, where it's basically talking to all the performers, and they're like, yeah, I know everything that we're about to do, it's all totally cool, and then there's like clips in the middle of the scene where they're like, yeah, I'm fine, everything is, it's all good, and then they just go back, and it's just, I don't get it, man. I don't, like, I mean, the evidence of it is, and look, I understand coercion and all sorts of things, but, like, at least, that's the fascinating part about that shit to me, is, like, it seems, for all intents and purposes, that everybody involved is, yeah, whatever, let's do it. And that's so fucking wild to me. It's so wild.
I mean, there's a guy who just made so much money climbing the tallest building in the world. People get their rocks off in different ways that I do not always relate to. That guy, that's what he likes doing. Some people like doing Lucifer Valentine's.
If you're not familiar with Lucifer Valentine is like the most violent, disgusting pornography you've ever seen, like, without the actual, like, hardcore pornographic. It doesn't go quite that far, you know, but yeah.
Pornography,
anyway.
But make it art.
Yes. Sorry, I got us off on that tangent.
Well, it was still a movie discussion, which is better than we do half the time.
I'm gonna turn the microphone off now.
Oh, okay. Wow, I watched a lot of good stuff in March. Now that I'm looking at my list, this is probably the most I've seen that had stuff worthwhile to talk about that just came out very recently. I hope that sentence made sense. When it was in my head, it made sense. So the next movie, I finally got to see Redux. This was one that made festival rounds back in 2025, and it was physically killing me that I could not see it because it is a time travel movie. I love time travel, or alternate dimension hopping, anything along those lines, where this woman discovers a way to hop between universes so that she can kill her daughter's killer over and over and over again. So she gets to enjoy doing that. And that is the basic of what like the basic info I had going into it, and that just sounded so fun. I say fun, it's murder, really fun. And I was really looking forward to it. What I didn't expect was for this to have a really interesting dramatic undertone, where it wasn't just like fun kills and that's it. It's what is the emotional toll for all the people involved in this, and what happens in different situations in different universes. And it wound up being a lot deeper than I expected. And I don't want to get into it too much, because I think that it's going to be very hard to talk about this without giving anything away. But I did really, really enjoy it, but for completely different reasons than I thought I would. I expected like fun revenge on a guy who definitely deserves it. Instead, I got like emotional, like, moments. And that's always nice.
Yeah, I was actually, there was a question that I was going to ask you, and then I realized it's probably going to be kind of spoilery, so I'm not going to ask it. So I don't even know.
Do you want to write it down and ask me afterwards?
I'm way ahead of you.
Smart.
I think I probably also said it out loud just to make sure that I remember to ask you. That helps sometimes.
Redux is done by the McManus brothers, who did the Block Island sound, which I don't remember much about, but it was also a very weird movie, and I want to go back and rewatch it because I remember enjoying it. It came out back in 2020, so I don't have a lot of memories of it, but I enjoyed it, and now after watching Redux, I'm like, I think this is the same kind of vibe, and I need to go watch that other movie. So add that to my list of movies I'm obligated to see in April. The list keeps growing. The horrors persist, and so do I.
The horrors persist, and so do I.
My next one, The Bride. Maggie Gyllenhaal made a movie which is kind of The Bride of Frankenstein, kind of not. It's kind of a Bonnie and Clyde thing, kind of not. It's kind of a unique artsy thing, and kind of not. How do I talk about The Bride? Here's what happened. Here's what my experience with The Bride was. For the first half hour, I was like, this is magical. I am having a great time. It stars Jessie Buckley, and Jessie Buckley is basically the queen of weirdness. Every time I see her in something, I was like, oh, this one's gonna be weird. Okay, I got it. The first time I saw her was in I'm Thinking of Ending Things, and the middle part of that movie is very strange, and that was my exposure to her, and I really enjoyed it. I saw her in Beast, where she falls in love with a beast. Not really Beauty and the Beast, but kind of Beauty and the Beast. And I saw her in Men, where all the people in the town are all men, and they're all played by the same guy. So she does a lot of weird things. And going into this movie, knowing that it's Jessie Buckley, I was like, we're gonna see some stuff. And you do. For a good half hour, there's a really interesting thing. It's so hard to speak spoiler free about it, but there's an interesting cadence that they do throughout the beginning that's very strong, and then they just kind of stop doing that. And the part about this being Frankenstein's monster and his bride, that kind of stops being so much a focus point, and now it just feels like, oh, this could be like a Bonnie and Clyde thing with just human beings. And the second that it kind of stopped doing the weird deranged things she was doing from the start, I didn't have as much interest, and that was such a bummer. It felt like she took Maggie Gyllenhaal took a bunch of leaps in the beginning, and then she went, we gotta pull this in though, Jessie Buckley, we're getting a little too weird. And I wish she hadn't. I would have liked to continue seeing maximum weirdness. That said, Jessie Buckley is fantastic. It also stars Christian Bale, and he's fantastic. Like, I have no complaints about the acting. I liked the weirdness from the beginning, and I could have used weirdness throughout the whole thing. It stopped being as weird. There's still a little bit of weirdness. I mean, it's still these two characters, but they stopped doing the things that I really liked with the characters, and they started doing other things, and how dare they? How dare they?
How dare they? The Bride is one that I'm not, be honest, do you think it's something that I would enjoy?
No.
Because I've been very curious about it. I like, it's one of those where I was like, there are things about that, at least from the promo material that I saw, that make it feel like maybe but also things that maybe not. So I think I'll probably just take your word for it.
I think you would be like me, where you like the beginning, you like the very end, and then the things in between wander, and it's 2 hours long. That's
Oh,
always
fuck
a
that.
negative for you.
Yeah, I'm
So
out.
if they had made it a half hour shorter, I might not feel this way. But there's a lot of stuff going on where I'm like, I want to get back to the weirdness.
I feel
This
you.
is not weird enough.
Isn't
What do
Christian
you mean
Bale
these
in
undead
that?
people are just? Yeah, I said Christian Bale's fantastic
I'm,
in it.
I'm sorry.
You were in your own little world over there.
I was looking for Jessie Buckley things because I couldn't think of where I knew her from. And from what I can tell, the only other thing I've seen her in, or the only thing, I guess, is Men.
I'm thinking of ending things you might like. That's one. It's really strange, and I keep saying off-putting a lot in this episode, but apparently that's just the flavor that I want. I want my pudding to be off. Some off-putting, please.
Oh, please
I also
don't
feel like
reference that.
I might have said that on this podcast like years ago, for all I know. At this point, I'm just repeating things. I am a parrot. I'm a podcast parrot. That is what I've become. I'm just a bird who says the same things repeatedly,
Oh.
and people are like, that's really funny. Make her swear.
So you don't even recognize what memory that's triggering for me.
No.
There's a Fargo.
Oh, you have a stand-up. Or you don't. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. I completely forgot about that. Yep.
Yeah, there was a whole thing there, and I don't really talk to that person anymore.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway.
So the next one, I know that JD saw this because he pointed it out to me that it was available on Shudder, and I got really excited. The Last Video Store.
Yes.
First off, an hour and 19 minutes. Hallelujah. We love that. I had this on my list because it is Steven Kostanski doing the practical effects, and Steven Kostanski is a god. I love everything he does. Not necessarily all the time. Sometimes the things I watch, I'm like, don't love it, but I love him as a creature. He's just real fun. And so the Last Video Store, JD, would you like to talk about it a bit while I eat some celery?
Yeah, first of all, I was going to point out, literally, I knew nothing about it. I had just seen it popped up on Shudder, so I was looking at it. It was relatively new. I read the description. I was like, okay, this feels like it's probably going to be like, obviously with a title like The Last Video Store, this kind of like retro throwback kind of idea, kind of homage to the history of horror, and it is. But the whole reason I decided to watch it is because I was just looking for something to watch that day, and it was an hour and 19 minutes. And I was like, all right, I'll watch 79 minutes and see what's up. And I loved it. It's this strange sort of like Lovecraftian cosmic horror thing with some actually... and of course, I didn't even realize it was Kostanski's work until you pointed it out to me. I just watched it and was like, I think Michelle would fucking love this. And so I told her about it, and of course she was immediately like, oh, that's available, and because she already knew everything about it. And it's a real fucking good time. Did you eat enough celery yet?
Oh yeah, I ate half a stalk. I'm feeling great now. I'm
Sweet.
so full. I don't think I'll be able to eat anymore. Just kidding. I'm gonna eat like whole head of celery. Are they done in heads like lettuce?
I'm not sure what they're called. A bunch, maybe?
I'll Google that later. Yeah, the Last Video Store, I picked this as one of our date night movies when my husband and we like to watch movies together. I know, crazy. But he laughed throughout this whole thing, and I think he liked it even more than I did. It is a great homage to 80s and 90s horror. It's very slapstick. The effects are great. We've been quoting it since we saw it last week. It's a real good time. Not a perfect movie, but definitely a fun movie. And that's all I can hope for.
Yeah, and as long as we're talking about Steven Kostanski, that is our next regular episode. We're going to be talking about Steven Kostanski's remake of Deathstalker.
Which we haven't seen yet.
It's
But we will.
it is, by the way, Michelle, called a celery stalk. The entire bunch, each one is called a rib.
Oh. Wow. You learn something new every day. I never
You
would have guessed
sure
that.
do. I would
Well,
not have
I guess
either.
I'm just eating a bunch of ribs over here. Oh, that sounds way better. Wait, so if you get a rack of ribs with celery on the side, you're getting ribs and ribs.
Oh shit!
Yeah. How is this not common knowledge?
Even wings with celery, wings and ribs.
Yeah. That. Yeah, I'm
That's a
gonna order
twofer.
ribs at a restaurant and be very mad. Whichever they bring out, I'm going to tell them it's wrong. It's gonna
Well,
be
they're-
really fun for everybody.
They're definitely not going to bring you a plate of celery, Michelle.
I have definitely asked for a plate of celery at Buffalo Wild Wings before.
What I'm
No,
saying is,
deliver.
if you order ribs,
Oh, they're
nobody is going
I
to
know
bring
which
you
ones.
celery.
But that's why it's so funny is they bring me out a rack of ribs and I go, no, I
no.
meant celery. Like that's so much funnier than vice versa. Where I'm like, no, I wanted the cheap watery vegetable. Why? Why
That's-
do you prefer that?
Be fucking hilarious.
Speaking of preferences and things that I don't prefer, Undertone.
Okay. I remember you mentioned. I haven't had a chance to see it yet. I was more excited until you reported back on it. Tell us about it.
I understand why people love it so much because most movies can be made or broken based on sound. Especially in horror movies, sound is crucial. And the sound in this movie is great. Unfortunately, it felt very slow. And I'm going to tell you the snarky comment I made in the theater because I thought it was funny. And hopefully Undertone is done by creators high enough in the food chain that they never listen to this. Because I hate when people listen and they know that I didn't like something. But this was a wide theatrical release, so fuck them. So Undertone. You know the phrase, this meeting could have been an email? This movie could have been an email. Or this movie could have been a podcast. I feel like it actually would have worked if it was just an auditory experience with no movie. And it's about a podcaster. I would have preferred to just listen to that podcast with zero visuals. I really would have enjoyed it that way. But watching it as a movie, there's not a lot to watch. There are bigger moments where things happen. It's not like this doesn't have a reason to be a movie, but there's a lot of stuff where we are just watching somebody's face react to audio, or just watching a computer as it plays audio, or watching her from a hallway while she's listening to audio. There's a lot of just watching things happen, or watching things not happen, rather. And it was a bummer. But I also, this is one of those where I completely understand why people were gaga about it. It's one of those, it's not for me, but I can understand because the sound was great. Seeing this in the theater was awesome. It was like, I'm surrounded by the ooky spooky stuff, but I would have preferred to be in the theater with no movie playing and just the sound. So, Undertone, I get why people love it. I did not.
Yeah, this one is, in spite of that, I'm definitely a little bit more cautious now going in. But it is one of still just a few movies from this year so far that's still on my I really want to see this as soon as possible list. And I don't even I put it together just the other day without actually tracking it, and I don't even remember off the top of my head what other movies are on that list, but I know that one's there. You're right. Just that idea of, oh, it's a horror movie centered around the audio portions. But I know what you mean about like that idea that it may have like obviously I haven't seen the movie yet, but that idea that it might function better as a podcast. Shudder actually, in their early days, they did a couple of podcasts that were like that. They're like radio drama creations, and there's one called The Video Store. I want to say it's 10 episodes, and each one, if you cut the intro ending stuff off of it and just do the meat of the story, is like anywhere from 15 to 20 minutes long, and it was really fucking good. There was a Netflix series called The Archive, I think.
Yep. The archive tapes. The archive. I'm
That was
trying to think.
Originally an audio drama podcast.
Which I
and
listened to.
And I've seen both the series, and I thought it worked better as a podcast. So understanding that idea, that it makes me a little more cautious. But
a lot of people have compared Undertone to Skinamarink.
God damn it. All right, talk about something else.
I was going to add a disclaimer that Undertone seems to be much more well received than Skinamarink. But that is an apt comparison of, for the most part, it's the audio that's setting this. But then again, it's different in that I defended Skinamarink for 3 whole episodes of our show. And I'll defend it until I die, which is tomorrow. See y'all. Gotta go become a ghost now. Okay, so then the next thing on my list, like I said, lots of stuff that I watched that was actually worth talking about in March. That's rare. I consume a lot of content. I don't want to talk about a lot of content. I essentially just want to talk about stuff to fill up this episode. But man, I actually had to cut back on stuff. It was difficult. 28 years later, The Bone Temple. I saw 28 years later, not The Bone Temple, Sans Bone Temple, in 2025. 28 Days Later is my favorite zombie, aka infected, as JD says, movie. And 28 weeks later, it's fine. But 28 years later, I still have not decided how I feel about it. Did I like it? Did I dislike it? Did I hate it vehemently? I have no idea. The soundtrack is real great. It's real good music. But it was odd, and I still don't know. I might have liked it. I might have disliked it. I want to rewatch it and see if I can come down on a concrete answer, but I'm also scared what the answer might be, so I'm not gonna. So 28 years later, though, The Bone Temple, that is the sequel, and I enjoyed 28 years later, The Bone Temple, much more than I enjoyed 28 years later, which is silly. That 28 years later was like the big sequel I was looking so forward to, and then the sequel of the sequel is the one that really knocked my socks off. But I think 28 years later, The Bone Temple does the thing that I love the most, which is that zombies are infected, and the apocalypse itself are not the horror of the situation. It's society breaking down and what happens to people interacting with each other in these situations. That is the true horror. And this does that really well. It focuses on the people who live. There's not a lot of zombies in it, honestly, for a 28 years later movie. This is not like rampant hordes and hordes and hordes of them. It is about the people who are not infected and how they're dealing with the stuff, which is also partially why many people did not like it, because they're like, I wanted zombies in my zombie movie. But this is what I like about zombie movies, is seeing what happens, what new societies form, how do people react to what's going on around them. And I liked it. I truly did.
I of course have not seen it. Still, the only one of those movies that I've seen is the first one, 28 Days Later. I did recently see like a Facebook reel clip where it was an interview with Cillian Murphy and Rebecca Ferguson. So I assume it's probably something for Peaky Blinders. But Rebecca Ferguson was talking about how she loves those movies and she wants to be in the next one if they make it. And Cillian Murphy said he would absolutely be on board for making another one. And then I got to thinking, like, what could the next one be? And I was like, what if it was like 28 centuries later, which is like 2,800 years? And at that point, the zombies have evolved and developed like technology, and maybe they have like laser guns and space rockets, but they're still zombies, right? They're still like, but they're like building complex machines and shit. That'd be fucking rad.
Which classic Romero film is the one where zombies figure out how guns work?
I think Day of the Dead.
Okay, I was gonna say, I'm like, it's the opposite of Dawn. Yeah, we're Day of the Dead. They figure out guns, and I feel like we're there, but with like more high tech laser guns instead.
Well, but yeah, it's like the idea that like they've invented sanitation and running water, and they live in this whole like incredible functional society, but they're still outwardly like zombies.
I mean, you're describing 28 years later in a way.
Yeah, but they don't have spaceships and laser rifles.
I mean, they might. Just because they didn't show it doesn't mean it doesn't exist elsewhere. Tulpa, JD, if we think it into existence enough, it'll become a reality. Tulpa, tulpa, tulpa. I get a shirt that says Tulpa, Tulpa, Tulpa. Amaze, amaze. Okay, next movie. No, I don't want to talk about that one in detail. We're just gonna have a quick shout out at the end. The only one that I want to talk about in detail is She Loved Blossoms More. And that's because my life fell apart temporarily and we had to skip that episode. And JD was like, "Are you okay?" No, fuck it. I don't care if you're okay. We're not recording. And then we didn't. So She Loved Blossoms More was the Shudder movie that came out. My spoiler-free thoughts on it are that... Oh, yes, JD.
I'm sorry, I don't mean to cut in to defend myself, but it's not like I said, I don't give a shit, we're not doing it. I
I didn't think that way. It was no, for your own sake, we're not recording tonight.
I was
don't
like,
seem well.
Because I knew if I let you make that decision, you would make the wrong decision.
Yeah, it would have been to record, and I was not in any sort of
I was protecting
headspace.
you from yourself.
Yeah, I appreciate it. That's
like
what
a good friend, Michelle.
Chill.
And now you see that Michelle clearly did not imply anything, and I just read into it as criticism because that's what I do. Everybody hates JD. He's a terrible person. I'm sorry. I'll shut up now.
The meetings I go to once a week, where it's just people who don't like you all show up, and we just get together at Buffalo Wild Wings, which is weird because sometimes we order ribs and they bring us celery, and it's a very strange
You got to stop this right now.
I'm gonna have so many stories for them next
Michelle,
time.
that's gonna turn into a whole thing. You have to stop that right now.
Ribs and ribs or the meeting?
No, the fucking...
No, I truly don't know if you're upset about ribs or the
The
meeting.
meeting.
Oh, okay. I really thought you might
now.
be more upset about the ribs.
You're gonna create a whole fucking complex in me.
Oh no. Yeah, that's okay. You can talk about the meeting that you have about people who hate me. I'm convinced there's a group chat that I'm not a part of.
It's just me, but we meet every week.
And we get ribs, and they actually bring celery each time when we meet. Okay, so She Loved Blossoms More. My spoiler-free thoughts are that it does one thing so well that it made me enjoy the movie overall. But there's a lot of stuff that it doesn't do very well. And I do know, JD and I had talked about it just a little bit, that there is stuff lost in translation because it is a Greek movie. And here's how I know it's lost in translation. Because these are scientists and they keep calling their tortoise a turtle. And it's not a turtle. A turtle is aquatic. It lives in a watery aquarium. A tortoise is a land creature. And I feel like scientists would have to know that long enough to keep the tortoise alive. By the way, the oldest living oldest living being, the tortoise, he just died. He was 190 something.
He did not die. It was an April Fool's Day gag that was perpetrated so hard that the BBC, in fact, that's why I thought it was real too. Because the BBC actually reported that Jonathan, that I was like, there's no way this isn't an April Fool's Day thing. So I Googled it and I saw that BBC
sad to be
article.
April Fools.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, there's no way somebody... That was my other reaction when I found out he was alive was, what a fucking dickhead April Fool's joke.
Jonathan the Tortoise is very much alive, Hollins has since told USA Today. I believe on X, the person purporting to be me is asking for crypto donations, so it's not even an April Fool's joke, it's a con.
Oh, shit.
Yep.
Well, that's I mean, I'm glad, but it's also a bummer that that's what's fucking going on. Man, the world's an awful place.
Yeah. Jonathan's exact age is unknown, but a photograph taken 1882 shows that he was fully grown when he was first brought to the island, where he lived on the grounds of Plantation House, the official residence of the governor of St. Helena. That's
Dude,
so nice.
he's damn near 200 years old.
He's seen a lot of things. And he still looks so happy and handsome. I love tortoises. Did you know that if you pet them on their shell, they feel that? And so you're
Yes.
not supposed to actually do that because
I,
it is a very sensitive thing for them. But I also want to pet one, but I won't because I care about their well-being more than my happiness.
You can if they will let you scritch them on the top of their head. They really like that.
Yes. I know, but I want to pet one like a dog, and I know I can't, and I won't be able to do that.
I had a pet tortoise for several years. I got him in 1999, I want to say, and had him for about 11 years, and then unfortunately he got sick and passed away. But yeah, it was a leopard
And Jonathan
tortoise.
laughed. He's like, outlived another one.
Wow.
Jonathan's probably such a terrible tortoise. He's probably like, another one bites the dust. Go me, Jonathan.
he's like the tortoise equivalent of just fucking Giga Chad.
He's just like, these bros don't even lift.
Anyway, She Loved Blossoms More.
Yeah. What did you have to say about it?
Did you maybe give it a skull rating? I'm sorry, before we move on, or before I talk?
I have no idea. I think I liked it enough to give it at least a 3.
Okay.
But I do think the things I like carried the other parts that I did not like very heavily.
Let me ask you quickly, when you say something lost in translation, are you suggesting that in the original Greek they're saying tortoise and not turtle, and whoever did the subtitles put turtle instead of tortoise? Or are you suggesting, like, even in the original Greek the scientists are saying turtle and not tortoise, and that there's some significance to that?
So there's two possibilities. One is they said tortoise, it was translated as turtle. Therefore, when talking about these complex scientific theories, just as well as that translated, like there were things that were missed and it got like dumbed down. Additionally, in Greek, I don't know, but there could not, like, maybe there's not a word for separate, like maybe it's like water turtle and land turtle. And again, that would be something that would lead to translation being slightly off. So I think in Greek, this movie is probably a lot smarter, and that we lose that is what I would hope. Because I like this kind of movie. I like a weird, again, like alternate reality, time jump, anything along those lines. And I feel like we lost a little bit of it.
I definitely enjoyed this more than you did. I came down on a 4 skull on this one. I watched it twice because the first time I watched it, I feel like there was a decent amount of stuff that just didn't quite register. And I had this impression that the movie was trying to present some sort of, like, I think the way the movie is shot and the visual style of it and just the pacing and the atmosphere of it made me feel like it was trying to be like maybe a little bit more heady and thoughtful and have some grander themes or metaphors or whatever. And then I watched it the second time, and meaning this in no negative way at all, I feel like maybe I just misread that. I feel like this movie actually, to me, I started reading it a lot like another movie that you and I believe talked about on the last Michelle in Review, Strawberry Mansion, where it's got a science fiction element, but almost more in just the vibe, and clearly not like a trying real hard to be legitimate. So it's just existing in that as an atmosphere and a setting more than anything. I got the impression maybe that these guys weren't necessarily the brilliant scientists they appeared to be, and that they were just, like, they kind of got roped into it because of their dad without saying more than that. But watching it that second time, I feel like I was like, okay, no, this is just like a very stylish sort of, is a story about the family, and about, without, again, that's all I need to say, I guess, is that it's about this family and these 3 brothers and their mom and their dad. just really enjoyed the way it's presented. I think the visuals in it, the animatronics and things in this, some incredible practical effects. No, that's fair. If you feel like that's spoilery, we'll cut it out. In fact, the people
I was like,
listening,
"You're so
it's already
close."
been cut out. They didn't
Yeah.
even know that we said something I shouldn't have said.
Perfect.
So yeah, She Loved Blossoms More. I really enjoyed it. I feel like it's one that I will watch at least one more time. Just, give it a little bit of distance now between the first two and then go back to it and see how I feel. I will say it's a fucking stylish as fuck movie. I love the production of it. I thought it was really fun to look at.
Yeah, everything that I like about it is visually, or not everything, but for the most part, like the visuals really, without getting into specifics of it, that's really what I enjoyed. Oh, okay.
Man, we're just throwing spoilers all over the goddamn place today.
I mean, that one I was just saying intellectually they're different. I did not think of the comparison.
Sure.
No,
that's
so
fair.
let's just cut everything we've said for the last half hour. For all they know, we have been arguing for a half hour, and that's just how it's going to be.
Oh, it's a good one today. This is the only time we legitimately edit is when there's something egregious enough that it has to be done. And now Michelle and I both have dropped potential absurd spoilers.
But it's also funny because we both disagree that the things we're spoiling
I
are
know,
spoilers.
I know.
Where you're like, "Are you sure?" And I'm like, "Yeah, that was a surprise for me." And then I say something and you're like, "Oh my god, no." So it's very on brand that we're both
Awesome.
like, "You can't have that in there."
Awesome. Oh.
Okay. Well,
So yeah, 3 skulls for Michelle, 4 skulls for me.
She loved Blossoms more than I did.
She loved Blossoms more.
Yep. I'm just gonna do a quick list of a couple things that I just don't feel like talking about. They were on my list, but they were lower down, and I was like, if we somehow breeze through the other 50,000 things on the list, then we'll get to them. Just a quick list of some other things that I watched and enjoyed. The Waves of Madness, Jason Trost film that JD and I have talked extensively off the podcast about. Just go check out. It is like a little side-scroller video game.
That's
Yes,
the FP guy?
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
Yeah, that's The Waves of Madness, which is a Cthulhuian video game-esque thing. I like that he just does stuff that's unique and risky, and you can't go wrong with showing me something I haven't seen before. That's how human brains work. I want to be fascinated, and my brain wants to try to comprehend what I'm watching. Cold Storage, which is a zombie film starring Steve Harrington from Stranger Things. What is his real name? I don't remember.
Joe something?
Joe Keeler?
I think so.
Joe Keeley?
Maybe.
I think it's Joe Keeley. And Georgina Campbell, but they run a storage facility or work for a storage facility, and then zombies happen. And that was real fun, ookie gookie time. 15 squelching subtitles in that one. And it's not like the best zombie movie ever, but it is a very fun zombie movie, and there's a lot of stuff that made me go like, oh, that's silly, and I like that. Finally saw Sisu and Sisu 2, maybe Sisu and Sisu 2, but it's about an old guy that it's rumored that he's immortal because he just will not die, and it's this guy versus a bunch of Nazis. And both movies are very good. Obviously, they made a sequel 3 years later, so the fact that they have Sisu and Sisu 2 Road to Revenge, I think is the full name, they're just real fun. If you just want to see an old, grumpy, get-off-my-porch kind of guy ruining some Nazis' days, like, that's a good time. It's been on my list for years. I have no idea why I didn't watch it sooner, other than I would just look at it and be like, I don't know if I'm in the mood to watch Nazis die, which is crazy because I'm always in the mood to watch Nazis die. But he kills them real good. It's a real fun time. The sequel's even just as good as the first one, which is so rare. Like, I really enjoyed the sequel just as much.
I've heard a lot about them, especially that like the violence and the splatter in it are really good. But I have not seen either one of them. You would recommend?
Yes, absolutely.
Sweet.
And they both kind of rotate through all of the free streaming sites. At least the first one does. I've seen it on Tubi, Fossum. It's been on Plex, Roku. It just rotates through all the different platforms. So if it's not currently streaming on your favorite platform, it probably will be soon.
It's out there somewhere.
Yeah, it's out there. Go to IMDb. It'll be one of those that lists right there because it's one of the big options. But yeah, Sisu is very fun. I think you'd have a really good time with it, especially because, like, who doesn't like watching Nazis have their days completely ruined?
Correct.
They're just like, oh man, this is a major inconvenience to me. That sounds like a great movie. I love that. So, yeah, didn't have to talk about it extensively, but just like throwing it out there that, oh, it's a good time. The last movie on my Horror in the After Times is also a movie that JD will have a lot to say about, and that will give me time to eat another rib. Touch Me.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's the name of the movie. That's not a command. The name of the movie is Touch Me. And JD will talk about it. I will just quickly say that it is my top 5 of 2026 so far, and it's going to be hard to knock it out.
Yeah, it's in my top 5 of the year so far as well. It's a movie, Addison Heilman, I want to say is the last name. Pulling it up here, it's right in front of me. Wrote and directed this film. Addison Heiman, not Heilman, Heimann, maybe Heyman. Anyway, this is an erotic sci-fi horror comedy. It is splattery. It is sticky. If you've seen the promo poster that has been put together for the film, it is very easily described as tits and tentacles. It is a very, very purple movie, and I love every minute of this movie. It is hilarious. It is splattery. It is sticky. It is so Olivia is it Olivia Taylor Dudley? Olivia Taylor Dudley, Lou Taylor Pucci. The movie is basically 4 people for the entire movie: Olivia Taylor Dudley, Lou Taylor Pucci, Jordan Gavaris, and Marlene Forte. And it basically a bottle movie, right? It's those 4 people at this dude's house for the entire movie, and it is fucking spectacular. We actually just recently brought it to play at the Fargo Theater here in town through our relationship with Yellowvale Pictures, and everybody who came to see it loved it. It was called The Horniest Movie at Sundance by, I forget who the quote was from, but it's one of the quotes on the promo list. It's fantastic. I cannot recommend enough. I imagine it will be available to streams. I wouldn't be at all surprised if it ends up on Shudder, frankly. But I have to believe it'll be available for streaming somewhere before the end of this year. And once it's available, I cannot recommend highly enough that you check it out.
It is my 2 favorite things: hilarious and disturbingly dark.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's it does that thing I feel like all good comedies do. Is it gets you so caught up in the comedy and then it just pulls the rug out from under you.
Yeah, that's my favorite, where it's like real slapstick. Oh man, they pulled the rug out from under me, but I broke my back, and that's the darkness of this part of it. That's what this is. Pulling the rug out, which is thing, but then killing a person by doing it. So don't do that. Okay, do you have anything in the Horror in the After Times, JD?
Just a couple of quick things that I wanted to mention, with not any need to go into it real deep because they're both documentaries. Shudder put out their 1,000 Women in Horror documentary, which is sort of inspired by the book of the same name by Alexandra Heller Nicholas, who also is sort of the, I don't know if she directed this. No, she didn't direct it, but she's sort of the lead talking head and director of the conversation throughout this as well. I'm relatively certain every single person in this, I don't think there's a single male identifying person in this movie who gives any interviews. Is 100% women talking about women and women in horror. It's really fucking good. My only issue with it is the issue I have with a lot of these sorts of retrospective study movies is they show clips from a lot of stuff, and I saw clips from movies I haven't seen yet that I really want to see, and some of them I just know were clips I would rather have not seen that way, but it's really fucking good. And I have, in spite of that, I have to recommend that people check it out. And the other one was Shudder also just recently got In Search of Darkness, 1995 to 1999. And I've been, what's curious about that to me is I can't find In Search of Darkness, 1990 to 1994 anywhere. I was a big fan of the three they did for the 80s. Been looking forward to these. And then this one hit, and I was like, wait, what? The first one? And, like, I don't know. I can't find it. But anyway, it's as good as the ones about the 80s were. It's exhaustive in a way. Like, they get into some shit. There's actually one movie specifically that they talk about that I'll be talking about in the horror in the after or in the before times here when we get there. But no, really fucking good, as good as those 80s documentaries, and I strongly suggest you check it out. And if you know where I can see 1990 to 1994, hook a fella up. Mail at wewatchshudder.com.
Hopefully, as long as the email address is up and running.
Sometimes we forget to pay the bills.
Yeah, we're professionals. This is why we have assistants to do that kind of thing for us, right? We have assistants. We have unpaid interns. It's my husband. My husband is the unpaid intern. He's our tier 2 tech support. Actually, no, he's tier 3. I'm tier 2. Thank you very much. I know things about computer. Have you tried unplugging it and plugging it back in? If that doesn't work, you gotta call John. Sorry, I gotta pass you a tier 3. That's all I can do. That's my support. Horror in the Before Times, I only have one thing, and that is because everything I wanted to talk about was new horror, and I just looked through my list and went, this one will do. So, Stay Alive from 2006 is such a dumb movie. Elizabeth Bathory is my favorite serial killer, I guess we could say. She's that one where she drained a bunch of blood of girls and then would like bathe in it in order to stay young forever. Total heavy metal stuff. Huge fan. Not of what she's actually doing. Like if she existed right now, man, I would not follow her on Twitter. I would not be cool with what she's doing. But theoretically, real fun time. And Stay Alive is 2006 graphics of these people playing a horror movie based on Elizabeth Bathory. And oh man, they keep getting killed the way that they die in the video game. And it is atrociously bad video game graphics, very silly dialogue. Frankie Muniz is in here wearing a backwards and upside down visor, which is just so authentically 2006. This is one of those, like, if you're looking for a good movie that you're going to be legitimately, like, horrified by, it's not going to be Stay Alive. But if you're looking for a movie to put on and just laugh with while enjoying, or laugh at while you're enjoying it with some friends and just revel in 2006 video game majesty, then Stay Alive is for you. It's just silly, and I needed something in the horror in the before time, so there you go. You die in the game, you die for real.
Oh, fuck.
Play it to death is what's on the movie poster.
Oh, fuck, that's hilarious.
Yeah, yep. Okay. Well, JD, what you have horror in the before times? I'm assuming you didn't watch Stay Alive in March.
I did not. A couple of things. I not gonna dig into it too much, but I finally, embarrassingly, after all these years, finally got to the last of the three unholy trinity of British folk horror films that I had not yet seen, which was The Blood on Satan's Claw. I've seen Matthew Hopkins' Witchfinder, or just the Witchfinder General, whatever you want to call it. I've, of course, seen The Wicker Man. Blood on Satan's Claw is fucking rad, and I'm genuinely surprised that nobody has tried to remake this movie yet. If you haven't seen it, strongly suggest you go check it out. Blood on Satan's Claw, and a fucking rad movie, or a rad name. I dig it. You and I have talked about this a little bit. I guess before I move on, I assume you have not seen The Blood on Satan's Claw.
No, I was too busy watching Stay Alive. At
Fair
the
enough.
exact same time that you're watching that, I was like, man, I would love to watch Blood on Satan's Claw, but I gotta go watch these people in a video game. They die in the game, they die in real life. Oh man. Exactly my alley.
Well, and Blood on Satan's Claw is we'll talk about it off the air. I keep wanting to talk about these details, and then it hits me. No, don't give that away. You and I have talked about, though, because I wanted to after I saw it. I did also finally see Martyrs, which, I get why people are like, man, this movie is real fucking intense, because, man, that movie is real fucking intense. But I don't know why, but there's a moment about 2/3 of the way through the movie, maybe a little more than halfway, maybe more like
5 minutes in.
No, I was trying to figure out a more specific fraction, and the math failed me. But there's a moment where this movie kind of changes, and from there, it just really lost me. But goddamn, it definitely lives up to its reputation as being brutal as shit. In a lot of different ways. Even that's a heavy goddamn movie.
It's so funny that the stuff that wrecks me about that movie and makes it hard to watch, you're like, that's dumb and makes the movie stupid. Without getting into specifics, you and I were talking about it, and I'm like, all the reasons I love that movie are why you did not like it.
I didn't like it. I don't think at any point whatsoever did I suggest it was dumb or stupid.
I think there's an implication there. I think those are synonymous.
Well,
I
that's
think
on you,
saying I
Michelle.
don't like something is the same as like, man, whoever made that, I hope that they burn alive. That's synonymous. That's why every time you say you don't like something, I'm like, wow, that's harsh. That's real harsh, Jake.
You say it more than I do, Michelle.
I do. Yeah, because I'm honest.
Because you're a menace. You're a menace.
I told you, 2026 New Year's resolutions working out great. I have definitely become more of a menace.
Fair
It's
enough.
working out really well. Okay.
I was mistaken, by the way. The other movie that I wanted to talk about, it wasn't a movie that I found through the In Search of Darkness movie. It was a movie I found through the 1000 Women in Horror movie.
Oh, so you forgot to give women credit for something? Wow, I'm surprised.
Okay, moving on.
No, continue. That's a joke.
I don't even want to
obviously.
tell you about it now.
Well, oh wow. So now you're shutting down the woman when she objects. I don't know how to twist that part of it. I want to know what the other movie is.
It's so this is a movie that was made in and around Austin, Texas in 2006. It was
Stay
written
Alive. That was also a 2006 movie. Okay. Did it happen in Texas? I gotta go Google while you tell me.
This is the karmic scales balancing and me experiencing exactly what you've had to deal with from me for the entire life of this podcast.
It was filmed in Louisiana, not Texas. Bummer. Okay, continue.
So, 2006, Austin, Texas, independent horror film. It's a zombie film. It was written and directed by Emily Haggins, Hagins. It's called Pathogen. Now, here's what's significant about this. Emily Haggins, at the time she wrote and directed this film, was 12 years old, maybe 13. Outside possibility of 14. My memory is suddenly failing me. Anyway, she was like a junior high kid. Made this movie called Pathogen. It's a little bit, right about an hour long. You can see it on Tubi, I believe.
And Fossum.
What?
And Fossum, which
And
is another free.
Fossum. Okay.
Yep.
And look, here's what I'm going to tell you. It's shot on video. It was written and directed by a very young person. And there are a lot of things about it that make it very obvious that it was written and directed by a very young person. Yes, she was 12 years old. I was correct the first time. I said it, and even as I said it and I was right, there was a part of me that was like, there's no fucking way that's right. But it is. But in other ways, it's like, it's incredible that because like she wrote it, she directed it, I believe in the credits, she edited it, She did everything, and it's way better put together than you would ever expect a movie made by a 12-year-old and her friends to be. Like I said, it's about an hour long. Pathogen from 2006. I really suggest you go and check it out.
No.
Oh, well, okay, fine.
I think I would have a hard time separating. This was made by a 12-year-old. Keep in mind, it was made by a 12-year-old. Don't bully the 12-year-old. I know that you sent it to me. It's on my list. You know I'll watch it someday. But I think I would wind up bullying the 12-year-old. I'm really afraid of who I am as a person.
I think you might be surprised, Michelle.
I will take every opportunity I can to bully a prepubescent teenager. Like, they're my favorites. They're kind of emotional. They're not fully human yet. They don't know how to regulate their emotions. They're not adults. Just love bullying them.
Yeah, cinematographer, Emily Haggins. Editors, Emily Haggins. Also, she worked with someone called Megan Haggins, who, surprise, is her mom, who did all of her makeup and special effects. Like the zombie effects. Cute. And she also has a cameo in the movie.
When I am feeling wholesome, I will watch it and be like, man, it's really cool to see upcoming filmmakers and their early work. But at the same time, I've seen M. Night Shyamalan's early work, and I still bully that man. So,
well,
I'm concerned. I don't want to bully her. I want to encourage girls to get into the horror industry. And I don't want to bully them secretly from my family room, but I might have to.
I think you'll be duly impressed.
Yeah, most of this is a joke. I seriously have not seen it yet, though. That part's true. Okay. Do you have anything else in horror in the before times? Cool. Nope. On to non-horror. 3 things. 2 of them are going to be real fast. Comedies. Notzilla, which is a movie that JD told me about. It's Godzilla, but it's not. It's Notzilla. This is so dumb in the best way. It is a great homage to the earlier, did I say homage earlier in this episode too? Wow. Again, pirate podcast parrot over here. But it's very, made by somebody who loved the first Godzilla movies is what I'm trying to say. And then the other one I watched was Scared Shitless, which is an apartment building where something gets into the sewage system, and now 2 plumbers are trying to get that thing out of the sewage system. And it is also very fun and silly. And I picked both of those for different date nights with my husband. He laughed throughout both of them. So Notzilla 2020, Scared Shitless 2024. If you just want to have some nice little yuck-em-ups, highly recommend.
Cannot agree more on Notzilla, probably on account of how I'm the one who told you to check it out, because it's so fucking good.
It's really, really fun. And, like, surprisingly, like, pretty clever at times.
Yeah.
It's not just made by dummies who happen to like Godzilla. Like, this is a well-made, poorly made movie. Like, they had so much talent, and then they went, but we can't do it that way, and then they made it the way that they made this movie. This is done by people who know the correct way to do a thing and then didn't do it.
Yeah, it is a quality send up of exactly what it's trying to send up.
Yep. What was the part? Just the dumbest things. Like, it tells you character names at the beginning when they get introduced, and then at one point it cuts to a shot of 2 women walking down the street, and it just says extras. That's their introductory text, and it's just dumb things like that.
It's delightful.
And then my other thing, Project Hail Mary is awesome. This movie is awesome. I loved every minute of it. Ryan Gosling is great. The other things in the movie that I won't talk about in case they're a surprise to anyone are great. This is the first time that maybe not the first time. There's surely more of them, but it's the first time that I can recall that I have watched a movie and loved it so much that I didn't want to read the book, because this is based on a best-selling book. Same guy who made The Martian wrote Project Hail Mary. And so it's another space adventure, and shit goes wrong in space, and I also love that type of film. but like I know it's based on a good book, and the movie is so good that I don't want to read it. And that rarely happens. Usually I'm like, I liked something so much that I have to go read the book now, even if I like one of them more than the other. But no, Project Hail Mary is just exactly what I needed when I needed it. And I have no intention of reading the book, and I will probably never read the book. The movie is that good. Go see it. It is beautiful. It's also done with zero green screen, which when you see this space movie, you are going to be astounded by. Lots of practical effects and puppetry to accomplish what they do in this movie.
Ooh, I love puppets.
Yep. So when you watch it, you will really like, that's why this looks so good, because these are real things that are being interacted with. They built a whole spaceship and put Ryan Gosling in a little harness suspended in the air so that it felt like he was floating through a spaceship. It's incredible. The behind the scenes, the little bits I've seen have really upped my love of it. And I was amazed to begin with, but oh, so good. It's so good. Go see it. Just go see it. Shit goes wrong in space. You can't go wrong. And Ryan Gosling wearing a cute little sweater. Love it. Everybody's been talking about, like, everybody thinks that the ideal man, or men think that the ideal man is like a guy who goes to gym all the time. Like he go be buff. But all the women are like, no, Ryan Gosling in Project Hail Mary, where he's just wearing a big comfy sweater and some glasses. Like, that's what we want. We want a nice little cozy guy who winds up in space, I guess. And that's been fun to watch, of people being like, no, this is the female gaze. Give us this guy who wears silly t-shirts. Anyway, that's just a side tangent. But Project Hail Mary, I can't say much about it without getting into it, because I had seen the trailer, I knew what to expect, but the people I invited to the movie had not even heard the name Project Hail Mary, so they went in completely blind and were so thrilled to have done it that way, having no idea. They didn't even know it was a space movie until it started. And then they went, oh, space, cool. By the way, we're going to the moon, you guys. Not landing on the moon, but Artemis 2 just launched yesterday.
Get me started.
But they are having Microsoft Outlook issues, which is so funny to me.
No, Michelle, why are we spending billions of dollars on a trip to fly around the moon when people are starving and dying of a lack of health care? And
listen, why do we have whimsy in any form in this oh no, I have to sneeze.
Why do birds suddenly appear whenever
every time you are near.
Yeah. Michelle, the power on my headphones is dying, and I don't have much more to talk about. What else do you have to talk about?
Literature. That's
Literature. Well, then we got time.
Yep.
Let's do it.
James Tynion the Fourth is one of my favorite comic book authors now. It used to be Garth Ennis, who has rotated in with Robert Kirkman, because I love the Walking Dead comics, not the TV show. We won't get into it. So I read some more of his latest issues of Something is Killing the Children and Department of Truth. Department of Truth is where I already knew about tulpas, but that's where this whole thing got started, where JD became aware of tulpas. So those are things that are out. But the big thing is that Uketsu is a Japanese YouTuber who apparently went very viral. And they had written several books called Strange Houses, Strange Pictures, and Strange Buildings. And now also a Strange Maps, which has not been translated from Japanese to English yet. I just decided to buy all the existing books because they've been on my reading list. I'm halfway through Strange Houses. I've heard that Strange Pictures is better, but it's just the one that was on the top of the pile, and you don't have to read them in a particular order, except Strange Buildings is a sequel, I've heard. But there's stuff that, because this is a Japanese book, there are parts where I'm like, this is not like the most cohesive, or this is not like the epitome of what writing should be. This is not a masterpiece, but it is fun. It is just, it's one of those I knew I had to get a physical copy of, because at least so far with Strange Houses, there's a lot of illustrations that go along with it. It also makes it easier reading, which I really enjoy, because my brain hurts lately from all the shit I gotta do. I'm halfway through though, and if you have not heard of Uketsu, the reason I bring it up mostly because these books have been on my list for a while, and I'm reading them. They don't count towards the total of this month or anything because I didn't actually finish the book. That'll be in April. Not that I'm stressed out about it, but I did go check out Uketsu's YouTube channel because I was not familiar with them. Uketsu spelled Uketsu, and
So just like it sounds.
Yeah. But I mean, is it a C instead of a K? Is it O instead of U? Written language is different than spoken language. It's not directly, especially in English, but Japanese is pretty straightforward. Like, it would not be double O's, it would be U's. But maybe they missed that it was Japanese. They're not paying attention. They're like, Uketsu, that sounds like a guy from Florida. Like, that's definitely an American name. Anyway, Uketsu.
Sounds like a guy from Florida.
Some guy who gets to Florida man strikes again. But anyway, like if you just want to go down a weird rabbit hole, especially if you do not speak Japanese, I recommend checking out Uketsu's YouTube channel because there are no subtitles in English. I have no idea what they are saying. All of the comments are in Japanese, and when you hit the translate to English, I'm somehow more confused. This is a very weird person, and I love watching them and having no idea what's going on. It's just a person wearing a black bodysuit with this white mask that feels very similar to Noroi the Curse, where it's just this mask with eye holes, and it's just a white mask, and they're interacting with stuff around their house, but they do weird stuff. Like at one point, this girl, creature, I don't know what it is, what's supposed to be. Like the comments made it sound like it might be an alien, but the other comments made it sound like it's not an alien. I just don't think there's a word for it, at least not one that the automatic English translator knows what to use. But like he plugs something in and then he takes the outlet and just plugs it into his mask to charge whatever it is. It just goes right in his eye socket, and then he sits there and he waits for the thing to run. Like it's a weird thing, and that does make me more excited for the books. Anyway, like that, it was a whole tangent, but Uketsu is bizarre, and I'm loving it. And I hope I never know what they're saying. I don't want to know. I like listening to them talk to me in Japanese while doing little goofy things. Like I think they were trying to wash their face, but they did not succeed at it, and that's delightful.
All right.
Yeah. Ending on a positive note, JD.
And what now?
Last segment, end on a positive note.
Fuck, you go first.
My positive thing also happens to be a thing that, I can't talk about publicly, but also might wind up being one of the most traumatic things to ever happen to me, which is great when a good thing happens, and then I'm like, how many hours of therapy is this gonna cost me later? So instead of that one, we're just going to say that I've been playing Dispatch, a video game that I've been really looking forward to. I don't have a lot of leisure time right now, and I've been telling myself it's okay to take an hour to yourself once a week and, relax for a little bit, but I don't have time. And so I'm attempting to take some time to chill out, and it's not going very well. But Dispatch is a superhero game very similar to Telltale. Is that it? Oh my god, it's been a long time since I said that company. But it's very similar to their style, where like you say something and somebody remembers them. If you like the gameplay style, This Is the Police is a very similar gameplay that I really enjoyed. It's got a lot of famous YouTubers. I was very excited when Moist Critical voiced a bat guy in it, and I went, it's Charlie, and that made it all worthwhile. But anyway, that's my positive note, is I'm attempting to leisurely play video games despite the fact that I don't have time to, and I have immense amounts of guilt anytime that I try to take some time to myself, because what do you mean I'm doing this? Anyway, positive note. I'm playing a video game and I like it.
Cool.
Yeah. Okay, what's your thing, JD?
I got some acid the other day, and I'm gonna do that sometime soon. It's been 3 years, at least.
Well, you might need a superhero dispatcher by the end of that, and I can help you out with that.
I was definitely in a phase where I was doing it, maybe like every 3 months or so, and I feel like it was legitimately helping my overall like mental health during the ensuing times in a really helpful way. And then, of course, I couldn't responsibly do it while I was dealing with Mom for all that time. And so it's been a minute, and now I don't have that restriction anymore. And I finally talked to a friend of mine who had some, and I'm actually, like, I'm legitimately looking forward to it. It's I enjoy the experience in itself, but like I said, it does wonders for my mood for weeks after.
That's Acid's the one that you said that scene in Midsummer was like, right? The grass.
Similar, yeah. It's a little bit closer to like I imagine it's more mushroom oriented, but yeah, it's hallucinogenic, psychedelic, yeah.
Okay. That sounds like a bad thing that I should not touch because I do not want to be in my brain at all.
You definitely want to be in the right headspace to do it.
Yeah, which I never will be. I'm freaking out about taking time to play a video game. Imagine if I sat down, I'm like, I'm going to do acid today. The entire time I'm just like, you should be doing homework. You should be helping your friend with her startup business. Why are you not doing this?
Yeah, it's
Emotionally
been a minute.
support everyone around you.
It's been a minute. I got 2 tabs, and I'm probably just going to do half of one this first time just to see how it goes.
Wow, lightweight. God, you.
Well, it's been a minute, and I don't know how strong this stuff
It's clearly a joke.
is.
I would take a lick of one if you can do that. Is it like a lickable form?
Yes, actually, it's a gelatin tab that will dissolve in my mouth.
See? So then you lick it, and I'd be like, I'm spent. I have to go to my grave now.
It's possible.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
all right.
I'm
So that's
for
the
you.
Michelle in
Report back
review.
next month.
We'll be back in a few days with Deathstalker. And,
unless I have another mental breakdown. You never know. We're keeping it
fair.
fun and spontaneous over here.
And side note, by the way, if you're the person in Vietnam who downloaded all 350 episodes of our podcast today, April 2nd, 2026, what's up? That feels weird to me. Why would... Like, Michelle, I just recently did the math. We have over 12 straight days of content. Almost 300 hours, and they downloaded all 350 episodes. Why? Are we being data mined, Michelle? Is our shit being jammed into a fucking AI feeder somewhere? Are we part of the problem?
No, I think one of the people in the space shuttle going to the moon that you're really angry about, before they left, they downloaded all our episodes so that they could listen to them for the 10-day journey. And then they're going to be back and they're going to be like, oh man, my new favorite podcast. I'm going to what do you mean he's mad about the moon?
I'm not mad about the fact that we want to go. I think it's lovely that we want to go to the moon, Michelle. I just feel like maybe there are some other things over the last decade that we could have prioritized those billions of dollars for. The moon's not going anywhere.
But it might. Have you seen Moonfall? That's why I think it's important to fly around it once.
Fair.
See what's going on.
Fair.
Is there something in the moon?
Well, I mean, it's not like we've not been there a bunch of times before.
Supposedly.
Oh, fair enough. Are we done?
Yeah, we're good.
Right. Yeah, we'll talk to you again soon, guys. Have a great whatever. Say goodnight, Michelle.
Good night, Michelle.